come to you live today from the Mie Prefecture in the south of Japan's Honshu Island for a race that has seen many title deciders over the years. Some simple, some controversial, but all contributing to a legacy that makes the Japanese Grand Prix an indispensable stop in any Formula One season. We're southwest of the city of Nagoya today at the unique figure-of-8 Suzuka circuit. 3.6 miles and 18 corners make up a lap here, with average speeds approaching 136 miles per hour. DRS will be available, of course, into the potential passing opportunity at turn 1, although the best place for overtaking will be through 130R and into the final chicane. A warm welcome to Anthony Davidson, who's beside me in the commentary box today. I think we should begin by discussing Daniel Kvyat. They've had to change their gearbox. It's never a good start to a Grand Prix when, right off the bat, you have to contend with a grid penalty.
Fingers crossed that's one failure they won't have to worry about today at least. There's not much of a silver lining to starting down the field with a penalty, but I think they'll be able to make some of that back up over the course of the race.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Ricciardo, Vettel, Charles Leclerc and Albon, Verstappen, Sainz, Perez and Esteban Ocon, Norris, Kvyat, Pierre Gasly and Magnussen, Giovinazzi, Grosjean, Mick Schumacher and George Russell, Latifi, Bailey, Stroll. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. And Kimi Räikkönen finishes off the grid. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track and get this Grand Prix underway.
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
Hey there, and welcome on back to F1 2020 My Team Mode. I'm Alan Bailey. Not a good weekend for us, as you can see right there. Some new rules got announced for next season, and with this race and one more after this left in this very short season, it has affected our team, to say the least. Weather conditions played a factor, tire selection played a factor, and the driver played a factor as always. And unfortunately, we're starting in the back after coming off of a podium and a victory in our last two starts here in F1 2020 My Team Mode. So as you saw right there in the opening, we are third in the standings coming into this race. It is going to be a dogfight to hold on to that third points position for the Drivers' Championship. I believe we are fifth in the Constructors' Championships right now. We're the one who's scored all the points so far for that race, as our teammate Mick Schumacher has yet to score points this season. So would love to see him score some points this season, either in this race or the next race, or both, preferably. Our goal is to score points in this race. It's going to be a very steep challenge. I would be happy with 10th. I would love a podium, but 10th or better is the goal today going into this race. Taking a look at the race strategy, we are going to go with that first one. It's going to be a little less time on pits right there with the tire life. So I don't know. I'm a little nervous, to say the least, but you know, this is a good team underneath us. This is an okay driver. We will see what we could do in this race. Without further ado, let's go. All right, we'll see what we got here at the start. How many spots can we get? Let's find out. Okay. A little tight. Aw, jerk. Had to back way out of it right there. Keep it on the track. Yes. You see what backing off right there did to our time. A little aggressive, I know. That was a lot of spots, though. That's hands down our best turn, so We got to take advantage of that heavy braking zone right there.
That's a strong start. Well done.
Up to 10th. That's not the end of the world right there. We'll take that. 10th is still the goal. Don't know if that's going to be feasible by the end of this race, but we're going to try. Early on in this race, we are hanging out in the 10th position, but over 6 seconds, 7 seconds almost back from the rest of the field. Norris just got around us, and we are all up in
we've
him,
lost the position. That's us down a place.
trying to get that spot back. Just hanging out right here. Oh, brother. Ah. Whoa, I didn't even know you were there, man. So sorry about that. I had no clue he was there. And as you can see, the car has gone evil.
Green flag.
Yes, I know. Thank you.
Our gap to the car in front is 2.3 seconds.
Oh, it'll get bigger. Give it a couple laps. Just the car is evil. It feels like we're skating on ice. It feels like we're skating on ice. It feels like we're down on horsepower, which is alarming because the only thing that we did between last race where we won and the race before that where we podiumed was literally changing out engine components that increased the performance, the reliability, yet it feels like we lost horsepower. And while that's happening, the suspension feels like it did in the first 2 races before we had upgrades. So, yeah, it was announced with 2 races remaining before this race.
In this lap.
Copy.
Push now.
What makes you think I haven't been? Come on. Before this race, making the pits. Just trying to keep it on track here, really. That's what we're trying to do at this point. The car is junk, and I mean that sincerely. It's evil. It won't stay on the racetrack. It feels like I'm skating on ice in the turns. It feels like we're under power because we can't accelerate through the turns. It feels like we're losing time on the straights, and we need a new wing. Of course we do. Of course we do. Take your time, guys. Take your time. Come on.
Release.
I've been ready. Come on. 9.5. Are you kidding me right now?
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
Well, great, because we're right where we were at the beginning of the race, so... It translates into... That first half of the run was almost completely useless, and this set of tires feels like garbage. This car is just evil. It's junk. Worst it's been in the entire game so far. It's not the game, it's just the car. It's my lack of R&D, it's my lack of funds. You name it. It's New rules were announced heading into this race for next season, so the team allocated some resources into getting ahead of that. But inevitably it led to this race being junk for us, and there's no way around it. We've got 9 seconds up on the guys behind us. This race is about half over, and it looks like the best we can do realistically is 20th. 19th, actually. We're up to 19th. I didn't see that. So, yay us and our 19th place potential finish here. 10 seconds up. 10 seconds behind the rest of the field, I should say. I mean, we're going to get lapped here before not by whomever's leading.
The gap behind us is 8.3 seconds.
Oh, great. So the two cars behind me who were junk are catching me, so we could potentially finish dead last. Why am I even still in this race? We're way outside of our points margin. Way outside the points margin, and I don't believe there's anybody left that needs to pit. I feel like everybody has already boxed that it will be boxing. I'm holding off, thinking maybe, just maybe, there's somebody...
Okay, gap ahead is 12.8 seconds.
Thank you for the depressing news, I appreciate that. I'm holding off... Oh, I was right. The hope is right. There are some cars that haven't boxed yet that are boxing now, so... Come on, stay there, 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 stay there. No, no. La 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 la. Alright, so we're up to 16th. Okay, that's a little bit better. You see some more cars boxing right here. We're getting a couple more right here. We'll take it. Up to 14th, but you can see right there we're losing ground. The security blanket we had behind us is virtually gone. See about a second and a half, give or take, maybe a little less. And the car is still junk. We're just kind of dealing with it and getting used to the junk, I should say. But we're still slow, we're still losing time. A few more laps to go, we're 14. Everybody's done boxing, so we're gonna hopefully hold on to 14th here. At this point, I just want to bring it home in one piece. I want to not hit anybody else or anything.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Oh, good, because guess how many laps we have left?
Final lap of the race.
Exactly. I am glad that this one's almost over. It is an evil race car. The track is great, don't get me wrong. It's challenging and it's fun, but my gripe isn't with the game, it isn't with the track, it's the car. It's like it's like that line from Rush, you know? Overnight, we took a fine piece of machinery and turned it into a steaming turd. We somehow made it. Gonna hold off for 14th. Not a good race for us.
Race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
You know what? I didn't take care of it the whole race. What does it matter? Oh, but we're the driver of the day.
That's a spectacular victory then, and with it, the championship is secure. It's been a magnificent season, and they thoroughly deserve the cheers of the crowd here today.
No surprise there.
Anthony, tell me, what was it that helped them achieve this success?
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their heads when everyone around them was losing theirs, and that's allowed them to get the best out of the car, to maximise the strategy, and to stay out of trouble.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes.
I mean, they are the best right now in Formula One. There's no question about it. They've been consistently good for years now. Lewis Hamilton, I think, is going to go down as the greatest F1 driver of all time.
So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Valtteri Bottas passes his rival to take over the lead of the Drivers' Championship. Some amazing talent out on the track today, but Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
I have to give it to Bailey. That was a commanding performance today. Very impressive indeed.
Nothing can challenge the leaders of the Constructors' Championship at this point, but it's another clear win for Mercedes as they manage to secure the Constructors' title. An incredible performance for the whole team. Meanwhile, Renault move up the table with another strong performance this weekend. Well, that was certainly an incredible weekend of racing. Be sure to join myself and Ant for more exciting Formula One action soon.
Well, based on these constructor standings, I don't think Bailey Autosport's going to be wrapping it up this season. But, Mercedes grabs another one. Ferrari could challenge, but I highly doubt it with one race to go. But that is impressive. Mercedes, man. I mean, what can we say about Mercedes? The car is junk. We have a lot of work to do for Season 2. We did a 10-race mini-season purposefully because I questioned my own skills, and you see the point standings right here. We're down to 4th now. I don't think 3rd is realistically in our wheelhouse, but only 5 points out of Vettel. I don't know. We could come back and have a good weekend in 3rd, but realistically, if we don't score any points, we could slip to 5th, 6th. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see realistically, but top 5 in the standings, our rookie season, first time ever I'm driving an F1 open wheel car. That's, pretty decent. It's not the best showing, but it's still pretty good. I want to thank you so much for watching. We do have one more video left in this series. Not sure when I'm going to get around to it as you take a look at the rest of the standings here, but I'll go ahead and I'll try to conclude it by the end of 2020. If not, we will be back in 2021 with F1 2020, my team. I don't know. This could be the last one for a hot minute for F1 2020, my team. I don't know. And you see Mick all the way down here in 21st. That's disappointing, Mickey. I know you're doing a little bit better in real life than you are here in this game, and that's disappointing. Then again, I'm probably not giving him that great of equipment. That's on me. That's probably on me as well. But I want to thank you so much. Make sure you mash that subscribe button to be part of our 500 subscriber giveaway. That's right around the corner. Thank you so much for watching. For F1 2020 My Team Mode, I'm Alan Bailey. We will see you at the track.